Hello, everybody. The astrology report for the next week. First, we're gonna do some few announcements. Um, I'm gonna be busy in the next month and a half. We'll try to see if I'm gonna be able to make it the videos. Gonna be able to kind of like help you out, but you need to figure out I will not be in the United States. I will travel to my home country, to Bulgaria. I'm gonna be staying there for a while, spend some time with the family. So it, I won't get in more into what the things are, but when I get there, we'll going on. We'll travel this upcoming Friday. So, kind of like if you're living in the United States, please, try to not wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning when it's over there. Because when you think here it's in the morning, and if you think I'm in the United States, but I'm over there, kind of like you wake me up, just it's 8 hours difference. But let's go on to the astrology report because something important happens in there. Something very kind of like interesting that prepares to goes on within the age of Aquarius. I did the talk for the age of Aquarius video that was live. Somehow, for some reason, the video has a lot of breakage, there's a lot of things. Even though the information there, it's awesome, it's great. I will try to duplicate it, like I make a video for it. So keeping in mind on that, I will give it a shot to get it done by Thursday before I leave. So let's go on with the astrology report. What it is going on in the sky. As we look at it before, if you pay attention last week, I didn't do the astrology report. There was not something that I should have told you. And if he had told you the things, maybe some of you could have done things that it should have been done. Also was Friday the 13th. The energy totally was out of whack, but it's past now. It's coming up. We are having a better energy outlooks coming our way. What it is, it's going on. It's that the fight between Venus and Mars. Venus is in Libra, Mars is in Aries. That cardinal position all of a sudden is gonna begin to disengage. This squaring here though is gonna be still going on, but Venus is gonna move into Scorpio. When it moves into a Scorpio, Venus has the lowest physical power, the highest spiritual power, because the Venus, the power of love, goes into the underworld. A lot of you is going to feel this power to go ahead and shine the light of the things that you haven't seen. It's a very important energy to take when the Venus is gonna entering. A lot of you is gonna feel like they have to tell the truth, that they have to do something. They have to do something special for it. To remind you though, when it's here, it's gonna square Saturn and Jupiter and Pluto here. Mars is also square them, but they're not in a direct opposition. What's going to happen though, as Venus moves close towards Mercury, who is still in Scorpio as well, you're going to see this opposition with Uranus. And that will give us a lot of things that you will understand that the fight that you have with the masculine, now you think you're going to have the fight with the universe, and because your love is in the darkness. Well, yeah, it's all about learning. So let's see, this is on Monday, the moon, since the moon is gonna give us the what we are going to focus on it. The moon is going to be a trine with Mars. That's mean the masculine energy is going to be a very good position. You will feel that you have the power to do things. But what is those power? Those powers is you to fight, you to really fight, or you to express what is going on. As always, it's been important in this aspect is communications. If Mars cannot express himself, then Mark has to act on it. As you see it, Mars has a T-square, which is this triangle. The astrology has terms that I'm trying not to use it as much. So if we tell you that it's a T-square, that is the letter T right here on the side. And as you see it here, this is a 90-degree angles. Right here, there is also a 90-degree angles in there. So this is T-squaring here. Okay. It's a one of positions with two squares in there. That is usually a very intense aspect that has a lot of force. Usually the people do have a tendency to do things from their ego. And that's why Mars in Aries, it's kind of like he wants to push, to force, to make the things happening. The masculine powers inside of you will want to go ahead and create this actions, these aggressions. That's why I know some of the people, I'll tell them, you know, leave the weapons outside of the bedroom. Don't bring it in there. Don't fight for the things. Evolve. Evolve from the fight. Be a wise man. So that's on Monday. We are going to have the sun that it's from Scorpio. It's got this trine here with Pisces. Very good moments for you to see your inner vision from your inner world. Your inner world where the soul is. Those are the things that you really want to do, but you don't do it. You really want to express, but you don't express it. This is the things of who you are deep inside of you. You may put a face mask, you can put a blindfolders, whatever you want to do. That inner world, it's you. And you might see the visions of this energy that from your inner world. Those sextiles here, okay, this is going to give you a very good power of people who will be around you, of your personal growth, and see the secret things and explore your secrets inside of yourself about you. So Tuesday the moon will move, and as we see here, this T-square is still going to happen. Now though, the moon established communications between Venus and Uranus. Since they don't have an aspect yet, it's kind of like a warning day on Tuesday of what's coming up to you. This is the time where you're learning about the relationship. You have to express it and do some kind of action. Be a professional. Say something. Talk about it. Do the things right of what's going on into the material world, which is that's what Uranus is in Taurus. That is the time when Uranus is in Taurus, is you to do creating actions that has to do with the material world for a better world. And that's what the message will be. What do you have to do first, personally inside of you? But the second of all is, what do you have to do to go ahead and fix your relationships with others so you two together can make a better world? On Wednesday, as I told you earlier, this oppositions that was in the previous day with Mars will be gone. There will be no direct confrontation. The only confrontation is going to be left here is through this 3-4 guys. During the day, the moon is going to come a little bit more forward, so she's going to be including two. We are going to talking about that what prevents Mars and Venus to be in peace. That will be the personal growth. That will be what it's surrounding, who you listen to it, maybe facing your limitations. Usually this energies, as you see it, neither Venus, neither Mars, they both of them, they don't have any positive aspect. Oh, it's red. They are all focused within the negativity. So the negativity during these days, it's going to be more easy to come in. To remind you that it's more easy to be a negative than be a positive. Okay, the negative side comes in more easy, more quick. She's more low vibration, so it's easy to pick that up compared to staying positive during those days. Okay, you will have to work on yourself. You have to become this professional. As you see it here, the visions that I was talking to you, they're going to be connected with Mercury. Mercury that right now has this opposition with Uranus. Where is your communications? What do you communicate with? So the Sun is going to communicate with all those guys here, talking about you to be a professional, first of all, for yourself, but second of all, to be a professional for everybody else. The second of all, that we are looking at those visions going to tell you how to help yourself. The moon is going to establish these communications as way did the communications to Venus the previous day. Now you're really gonna be focused on it, of talking to yourself, but also talking to the person in conflict. The people you have a conflict or you have not resolved issues. So Thursday, as you see, that things change. Now the moon joins these guys here, and she's preparing to move in Aquarius later on the day. As you see it, the energies here, it's more cleaner, kind of. Now Mars, since he moves more and more forward, okay, he's gonna begin to disengage with some of the energies, since Saturn, it's moving forward. Saturn is preparing together with the moon. That will be within the month. Those two, together with Jupiter, is gonna entering Aquarius, and all three of them pretty much is gonna set up this pace for the age of Aquarius. This right here on Thursday, it's gonna help you to look all this. With who are you going to talk? You're going to talk about visions, that something goes on, cardinal changes into the material world. All this is happening here in Capricorn. It doesn't happen anywhere else. So you see the stuff that stay in the dark. But where they stay in the dark? They stay in the dark first inside of you. And this is why these communications, you to go ahead and grow from these communications, and rise up for creating positive actions into the material world. Of course, there's going to be restrictions. Venus is going to be like, are you crazy? What are you doing? What is that all about? As you see it, Venus doesn't really have any aspects here that to help out. It's kind of like feels like the love is abandoned you. No, the love is inside of you. You have to go ahead and really learn more about yourself. Don't just look about that somebody else who will make you happy. And that's why Venus right now, it does not have any positive aspects. So Friday, as I talked earlier, she's going to begin to opposing Uranus. It's like, I want him to love me the way I want. I want him to do things for me. I want him just to have time for me. Stop right there. The person who's gonna love you, he's gonna love you because he loves you the way he feels like he has to love you. Not you to try to demand and control and force things. Some other people's gonna learn this during these days. Another thing I want to point you out is the moon sent is gonna be at Aquarius. As you see it, is gonna make a very intense energies between Mercury and Uranus. So that opposition that it's here, it's gonna kind of like intensify it. You can be a rebel, which just mean don't kind of like had enough of your job or had a bad day at a job and kind of like quit. Can't just quit, okay? Face your challenges, grow from it. This is why this masculine energy here, it's gonna give you the little wisdom that it's needed in Aquarius to go ahead and do it. But the energy, you to rebel, you to go ahead and it's like, you know what, I had enough. You may be at your family, with your partnership, within your relationships. You may be, you know what, this has to end. I can't handle this anymore. That it's gonna be giving you this powers. As you see here, this green line, that is a divine aspect with Mars. That is the time when Mars has to perform what he learned while the Mars was a retrograde up here. Did the Mars left the warrior, the guy who wants to control, to become the king, the wise king. So with a lot of things during this day, it's gonna comes in with like intense communications, even internal or external, talking to a lot of people, or even, you know, thinking about yourself. But it's gonna be a good day for you to focus on you. Saturday, as you see, that things have changed a little bit. Now the moon, it's still in Aquarius, but right now it's enthroned with Venus. It helps out to make these transitions into Scorpio. That is the time it's like, you know what, I had enough. I have to go see what I don't. And that's why when a Venus crossing on Saturday into the Scorpio, that's gonna be the time when the spiritual powers is gonna begin to help you to realize your confrontations about the material world, about the money, about finances, a house, whatever that is, that it's involved, material possessions. A very important thing here is that there's going to be a square beginning between the sun and the moon. Usually those are the parents of it. Be careful what you're telling to your parents, or how your relationship with the parents is. Another thing that I want to point you out right here is that if you're rebelling here, those rebellion emotions you have, trying to see that the rebellion part is there is no evolution without revolution. So are you making revolutions to create problems, or you make revolution to create an evolution for your own self? So there's gonna be a lot of thinking probably inside of you about the things that goes on. It is about you to become more wise, or you are just gonna make a more mess. It's all entirely up to you. So Sunday, the moon is gonna move to Pisces, and as you begin to see here, the moon, it's still gonna give this very good position trine with Venus. It will help with this transition, as I say earlier, but also it's gonna go ahead and it's gonna sextile Uranus. That moment of realizations that you're going to seek in and inside of you. You to use the intuition, you to use to see that maybe you did the wrongdoing, maybe the things that you were doing all your life, there wasn't the right actions. And that is a moment of self-realization. The moon, though, still is going to be squaring the sun. The sun moves actually in Sagittarius, so right now we want to talk, we want to express everything we want, whatever happened. And the moon, it's gonna intensify. Go, push, you need to talk, you need to talk, you need to talk, you need to say. Be careful between saying and yelling for it. Since the speech, it comes in from Mercury, as you see this, it's all involved with who you're around it, where you're going to, and what is your secret. What is the things that you keep inside of yourself that nobody knows about it? So do your inner work. Focus on yourself or on your internal learnings. Because if you're not real to yourself, how can you be real to the rest of the world? And this is why we have in this fake world. And this is why when these guys comes in here, a lot of the people, they're gonna start feeling the push that they want real life, real food, real communications, real relationships, and most of all, the real life, the way it should be. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and be love. Whatever it happens, be love.